Aloha Honolulu, Data here with episode 6 of the Honolulu Huskies Custom Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode, here at the beginning of the 2021 off-season with our draft. You may notice that I'm using a different microphone right now. Here's what I got to tell you about this episode. Unfortunately, my microphone with my PlayStation is dying, so there's a lot of audio in this episode that cuts in and out. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to keep most of that audio. I'll try to splice in and out audio from this other microphone of me filling in the gaps where there is audio that totally cuts out. But for the most part, I'm going to keep it. The reason why I'm doing that is because there's a lot of dialogue that I wouldn't be able to replicate, and it just wouldn't be the same if I tried to voice over a 45-minute video or however long this will end up being. So I'm really sorry about the cutting in and out of this microphone. It's really not anything that's happened to me before. It has happened once in my last 50 videos, and I ended up doing a voiceover. But I'm really sorry about that. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again as I'm looking into a new microphone. But just for this episode, luckily it's just the off season, so no big dialogue going on, just talking about contracts and draft picks and all that. So I'll try to make this go as smoothly as possible, and with that having been said, let's get into it.
First comment, well, let me just tell you what the issue was last episode. The issue was, who do we re-sign, who do we let go, who do we draft, and what do we go after in free agency? So here we go. First comment coming from Michael Bruno Vaselli. It would make sense to draft that defenseman, but the scouting isn't 100% accurate. The defenseman that he is referring to is a defenseman. We have the overall pick. So the defenseman that he's referring to is, I think he was Swedish. Is it? Bjorkstrand. Yeah, Robert Bjorkstrand. So he's saying that the scouting isn't 100% accurate. So maybe you could, it is 100% accurate though. Maybe he was referring to somebody else, or maybe I hadn't had him uncovered at that point. But anyways, maybe you can draft that Swedish left wing. He's guaranteed to be medium elite. Also, trade Tanev and get picks off of him and go use your free agent money on defense and goalies. Definitely agree with that. So pretty much my picks gonna come down between these two players, I believe, unless someone really drops. Thomas Eskalainen or Robert Bjorkstrand, both medium elite. One's a two-way forward, one's a two-way D. So that's gonna be, we'll have to see what happens there. We'll see when the time comes. Second comment coming from B. Adder. The +5 is great, but you have to have a better lefty on the first pair. I 100% agree. Joel Edmondson cannot fill that role. Second, Danault's a great third-line center, but just okay as a second-line center. 1,000% I agree again. Danault is possibly the best third-line center in the NHL, but I had to have him as a second-line role the last 2 years because he doesn't really fit. Well, because we had no one else, sorry. But Danault on the third line makes a lot more sense, and that's what I want to do. And next he says, trade for JFK. He means Jakob Forsbacka Karlsson. He's always great second or third line forward, scores a lot of goals and good on D. He's like a hack in the game. He does simulate very well, as you saw in the Anaheim Ducks franchise mode. So I'll look to think about JFK in the offseason as well, if he's cheap enough to pick him up. So without further ado, we're going to hop into this draft. I'm going to Chris Tanev. The question is, can I just do that right away? So I'm not trading for the first overall pick or anything. So let's hop into the draft and see what is looking like over here. Oh boy. Oh, the 4 pick on the block. Oh boy. So the first overall pick is definitely Aatu Räty. I don't really want Aatu Räty in the real world. He's going to be amazing, but I don't think he simulates super well. I've never seen him simulate amazing in any franchise mode that I've watched. So I don't think I'm really interested in Aatu Räty as a two-way forward. He doesn't really fit in here, but especially number 2, Mats Lindback. 5 defensive defenseman, A-. Usually a big boy like that has like a D rating for skating. So he's NHL ready, similar to Daniel Chara. I would absolutely love that to get him from the Penguins. Let me see what I can put together here in as soon as a time as possible. I think it could happen. I have some good picks. I could trade pick 6, Chris Tanev. Who else do I have? It doesn't have a lot of value. Moritz Seider's up to an 80 overall. Good. Anthony Cirelli, maybe I could move. Yeah, I think Anthony Cirelli is expendable because Danault can move into that third line role. He has a great contract. Yeah, that's not even close, though, to the trade value that I need to be giving up. Any other rookie skaters that I could throw in here? Barklin Volchenkov has low top 6 potential. This could get it done, maybe. Change the 3rd for a 4th. I'd like to keep that 3rd if possible. Change it for pick 90. Let's go. thank you very much, Pittsburgh, on the hard trading difficulty. It's always difficult to get that done. But Anthony Cirelli and Chris Tanev are off to the Pittsburgh Penguins. I lose pick number 8 as well, but I move to pick number 2. So Atu Ratti, high elite, 76 overall, two-way forward. This defenseman is the future, man. This guy looks huge. I've never seen a guy this big with that good skating as well. So I know this guy's medium elite, and this guy was also medium elite, but we'll see the difference in them in a second. Second overall, from IK Oscar Shaman, whatever you want to call it, the Honolulu Huskies are proud to select Mats Lindback. Welcome to the team. He is 78 overall, defensive defenseman, medium elite. Oh boy, maybe he'll be as good as Mats Lindstrom. Let's see. Skating very nice. 3.5-star defense. This guy could be a monster down the road. Very excited. So the next defenseman was 75 overall. The Hawks, the Sillinger. So let's start simulating down these picks. Who goes where? Trevor Wong, Luder. We would have had the 8th overall pick. So at 8th overall, we would have been drafting. Who would have been left? Yeah, it would have been Bjorkstrand, who I would have taken. So let's see. They'll probably take Eskalainen though. Yeah, who is medium elite, 78 overall, two-way forward. My goodness, that is a nice pick. But that's not who I would have taken. I would have taken this guy, who is two-way D, 75 overall, medium elite, 18 years old. So definitely a good pick. Definitely a good pick. But I wanted this guy more. I wanted Lindback more. He's a higher overall, and he's a different role. He's a big boy, shutdown boy. And, you know, I didn't have to give up too much for him. I just had to ship off Tanev and Cirelli, who I needed to trade anyways. So, you know what? I'm okay with that. Although, this would have been a good pick as well. I'm up to get the guy who I think is going to be better. But round 2, pick number 5. Who are we going to take? Doesn't look like anyone too great. Mikko Matanen. I'm not super interested in drafting anyone here. Yikes. Maybe I do trade my pick. When is my... Hold on, let me take a timeout here. When would my next pick after this be? It's 39. Yeah, I could definitely trade this pick. I don't need this. Let's see if I can find a trade for it. If I go to find a trade, what would people be offering me? Let's see what the offers are. 23 offers, 2 seconds, a third and a prospect, second. That's really interesting. Philip Grubauer. Second, I go from 36 to 48, and I potentially get a starting goaltender. That could be really something to do right there. Philip Grubauer is 80 overall. Yeah, I remember seeing him on the trade block. He is on the last year of his deal, right? He's a German. He went 11, 12, and 4. Didn't have a great year, but good numbers. Maybe Philip Grubauer is a move here. How about I say just give me a second with a 4th and a 5th for Grubauer. With Grubauer. Okay, trade accepted. So I like it, boys. Philip Grubauer could be our new goaltender. And if not, we didn't risk too much. We just moved down 10 picks. Wasn't going to pick here anyways. And the Jets get a medium top 6D, who I didn't even want. I just have to move a few more picks. Yeah, didn't want any of these guys. So now round number 2, pick number 8 at 39th overall. Or Jacob Melanson, who is 1-bar medium late. That's not that great either. No one I really want to like Maxime Pellerin, over in Pellerin, whatever, at 52. I could take him with pick number 48 that I have later. Maybe I think I'll trade this pick as well. I may as well, eh? Take another timeout. I'm going to try to trade this one too. A lot of the same offers as before coming in, giving me like a 2nd and a 3rd, 2nd and a 4th, whatever. But I'd like to get a prospect this time. I'm trying to trade 39 for something around 60 because that's where I'll get Brandt Clark. I'm going to see who can I throw in with it. There is this guy who's 78 overall, medium top 9, Lucas Alvens. He had a really good year in Laval in the AHL. Maybe I could squeak that out. It's crazy how there's like not a lot of trade value difference between pick number 39 and 61. It should be a lot different, like the trade value should be a lot different. If I try it straight up, they still don't want it. Even value just have to sweeten it just a touch. I mean, I don't want to use this pick, and I might as well trade it, I guess. I'm not getting much back, so I didn't want to take a risk, shot in the dark. I probably would have taken the guy who was medium top 9. So with this next pick, I'm going to reach just a little bit up to this guy who our scouts have at 52. All our scouts are mixed up on who's who. But Maxime Pellerin, he's a two-way forward centerman from the QMJHL, 3 years away, so go ahead and draft him. He is medium top 9. What? The scout's lying to me. Oh, man. Go to pick 61. Now, at least now I can take Brant Clark, who I know has a lot of trade value, so he'll be good down the road if I ever want to trade him or something. Medium elite, 55 overall. Thank you very much, Montreal. Now we sim to round 3, pick 20, which is the 82nd overall pick. Rickard Kallio, Olli Lehtinen, these guys. Medium top 4, medium elite. I guess we'll try the guy who has 2 bars medium elite, offensive defenseman, Jacob Holmes from the OHL. What do we got, Jacob? Come on, medium top 60, two-way. Oh my goodness, this draft isn't going how I expected it to. I should have packaged those 2 second-round picks together, maybe. So I'll go for Ryan Precht here, medium top 4D. That's the easy pick there, I guess. Top 6. These scouts, man. Why are my scouts so foolish? Is it because their ratings are bad that they don't know what they're talking about? Because it should be that whether they're good or not, if it's 2 bars or 3 bars, it still counts. Let's go for the guy Kevin Schremp, 1 bar medium elite goalie. Come on, boys. Medium fringe starter. You love to see it. Round 6, pick 8. Let's go for low top 6. This guy is a sniper. This guy's they're both 2 bar sniper, low top 6. This guy got 43 points in a C- league. This guy got 0 points in 8 games in an A+ league. He's 17. He's 18. He's 6'2". I could probably get both of them, to be honest. I have a pick coming up in a couple seconds. Low top 6. Okay, nice. And this guy was low top 6, 50 overall. Okay, so I guess it was good that I didn't take him. Stanislav Latipov, 2 bars low top 6. Sorry, 2 bars medium top 6. What do we got, boys? Oh, bottom 6 forward. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Last pick, sorting just by potential. That guy's possibly medium top 4D. I have 2 bars medium elite. It's hard to trust. Robbie Arventi, I know he's low top 6, I think. I had him in Anaheim. Might as well take him for the trade value. Robbie, low top 9? What? Oh my goodness, what a disgusting draft that was. Good pick with Lindback, trading up for Lindback, but that was a disgusting draft. Put it behind us, let's move on. It's time for a big off season. I'm very excited to see who we're going to be able to get. So let me deal with all re-signing the coaches and the scouts. We'll be back in a second. All right, so I ended up offering a contract to our associate coach, but the other 2 coaches I let walk because they've always been with us. I've never been able to see their team fit, so I'd rather just let them walk and I'll see who I can get later on. So I have $41.745 million of cap space. I'm going to try my best to get Danault re-signed. All these guys I'm going to re-sign. Dalcol I'm going to qualify. Yamamoto I'm going to sign. Goldobin I'll try. Hunt maybe. Ulevy yes. Probably let Janelle Smith walk. Probably let Jacob Dillon. You know what? Rose. Bergman I'll probably qualify. Might let a few guys go. Chris Kunitz maybe I'll re-sign. Eves I'll let walk. And for goalies, Grubauer, I'm going to try to sign. He does want the extension. Very thankful to see that. Okay, perfect. Stolars I will sign as well. And in the unsigned category, I'm going to sign Lindback, who's a 78 overall. He can be top pair AHL or just squeak into the NHL if he grows a bit more. And Perfetti I will also sign. Hopefully he grows enough to make it to the NHL. He's 1 year away from UFA. So I think now is the time to get him signed up. Let me see what I can do with all the UFA, RFA, in a second. All those offers are sent out. Let's see what people have to say. Okay, that Jeffrey on, who was our coach, who I demoted to associate coach, does not want to sign back as associate coach. All worried. Happy to accept. Verana wants more money. Danault wants to go to free agency. Yamamoto says yes. Levy says yes. Hunt wants more money. Grubauer says yes. Perfect. I signed him 8 years at 4.325, I think. So no chance I'll be here for 8 years, but it was nice and cheap to get him on board, so that's great. Olafson, yes. Borgman wants more money. Sammy Blade, 2 years at 2. What? Come on, Bello. All these guys say no. I'm just going to go ahead and qualify them. Lindback, Berg, whatever. Perfectly done. Great. So now that that's all taken care of, well, mostly, you can watch me just do the final little touches here, all expiring. So Phil Danault, he does not want the extension at 1 year, 4.350. So I'll try 1 year at 4.550. I have the money to get it done, so all worried. Verana does want the extension. I think I tried 4.650 or 4.5. No, I tried 4.550. So let's try 4.675 for 6 years. Borgman, he wants a little bit too much, to be honest. I'm just going to qualify him. Del Cole, qualify. Goldobin, qualify. Hunt, I'm not sure why he didn't sign on. I reduced it to 1 year. I gave it to 5. Maybe I didn't, but I'll try it again. If he says no, then see you later. Bergman, qualify. Hunt, qualify. Chalarik, qualify. And Kunitz, who doesn't want to resign. Goodbye. You'll never play in the NHL again, I guess. And then for goalies, so I got a group signed up. I could trade Merzlinkins, who will become like a Vezina Trophy winner. Then Cal Peterson could be my starter in the minors, and Hunter Jones could back him up, which would make more sense. Although Stolarz has played well, I think I'm going to have to just let him go, which would make more sense. So starter up, starter backup becomes expendable. Unless there's like a 90 overall goalie around, and Grubauer can just become my backup, like an expensive backup. But I don't know if that's going to be a realistic option for us. So more scouts signing on. Great.
Verana's on board, Danault rejects, and Brad Hunt says it was an easy decision.
So the only problem is Phil Danault. I don't mind offering him a lot of money because I have the money, but if he wants more than $5 million, then I might as well just let him go to free agency. And then 4.8, he's my third line center, because I want to sign a better second line center. Still doesn't want it. 1 year, $5 million will be my final offer. If he doesn't want it, I'll see him in free agency, where I will offer him less and get him to sign on. It was an easy decision to decide through my contract with you. There you go, Phil the Thrill Bello. And now it's the moment of truth, free agency. However, I can't do that yet. All the best available scouts. All the guys who are A-rated or B-rated to replace the guys who are C-rated. So let me go and take care of that, and I'll be back. So I fired and sent out contracts to 6 new scouts, and now it's time to head into free agency once we finally address what we are looking at. We know we're looking at possibly a goalie, unless Philip Grubauer is the move, but it's just going to be something that we're interested in. Danault, he's up to 85 overall, so maybe he becomes our second line center, but I'd prefer to play him third. If I could find a second center, that would be great. Even a fourth line center, we'll see. Left wings, we have 1, 2, 3. Kubalik maybe is more of a third line right winger, but we do have first. Drouin could play first line as well, but right wings we have 1, 2. Yamamoto will come into the lineup, but defense is what we definitely need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensemen, no doubt, because you can just go to forwards. Sort per overall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some third, fourth line forwards, maybe even a big second line forward. We're pretty open. We're all over the market. So let's see what free agency has to offer to us, and let's jump right in. Okay, not a big free agent class. Dougie Hamilton would definitely be someone that I'm looking at. Brendan Gallagher is interesting. David Krejci could be a second line center. Okay, there are definitely some options here. Lowry's a good fourth line center. He has great face-offs, good defensive category. And then in the goalie department, Tuukka Rask. Oh boy, there's some depth. Yeah, in for 5.5. It's only $1 million more for 3 overall higher than 96 poise as well. And I go after Binnington. I think that's going to be the move. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send out offers to Jordan Binnington right away. Right away, Jordan Binnington. I'm going to give you 6 years. I have Grubauer, but 5.5 is pretty fair, I guess. It's $300K more than you want. And he always simulates well, Jordan Binnington.
So we'll try 5.575 for 6 years and see if that works.
I could use a couple defensemen, to be honest, but the big boy that I want is Dougie Hamilton. He's an offensive defenseman, well. He would. I really think that he would do well, maybe on the second pair. Yeah, he could be the second pair, but I want someone on the first pair. Ryan Murray could be that guy on the first pair. Matt Grzelcyk is here. I go 7 years, a little less, but not by much. I'll go 6 years. Washington's also in on him. If I could go 6 years, let's try it out. 5.650. And then Ryan Murray, who could be my first pair with 3.50. Let's try that. Okay, so that's like 5, 10, 15. I'm close to around $16, $17 million right there. Then we go to forwards. Carter are probably the only options for the second line. David Krejci, he's a good playmaker. It's between Krejci and Carter for me. Forward line 1, all power play, all penalty kills. 76 face-offs. Jeff Carter is a sniper with 80 face-offs. He does want 2 years though, so at 1 year he wants 3.550, still around the same thing. That's a tough one. The money's not the issue, it's just who I'm gonna take. Jeff Carter got 53 points in 82 games this season, and the year before got 20 points in 42 games. David Krejci this past season scored 49, back-to-back 49-point seasons for him. Definitely a playmaker, but if I put him on the second line, Mikko Rantanen's already a playmaker. So maybe Jeff Carter is the move, because he's a sniper. Let's try Jeff Carter. 1 year, we'll offer him 3.50 for 1 year, and I think that could definitely happen. And I won't look at anything else, unless maybe a fourth line winger. Boone Jenner's not bad. We had him. We traded him away. Good face-offs. Boone Jenner wouldn't be bad. Two-way forward. Offer him the max two-way deal. Any right wingers who are of interest? Ooh, Yoel Armia. Always love me a little bit of Yoel Armia in my franchise modes. Zach Aston Reese wouldn't be bad either, but he does want a little bit more to... Nah. Let's go after Yoel Armia. Come on. So I think that's going to be it for the... Let's see what people start to say as we simulate a few days. We have like 5 or 6 contracts out there, and that'll also determine what we start to do in the trades as well. Eric Howla and Leo Komarov for a first and a second. That is bonkers. Crazy, man. All these scouts are signing on, thank goodness. I hope they all do. Keep simulating. Scouts are still coming in. I think that's all of them now. So a couple more days. This is okay. Yoel Armia is in. Ryan Murray is in. Boone Jenner is in. Jeff Carter is in. Beautiful. But now I just need the 2 big boys. Jordan Binnington and Dougie Hamilton. Bang. Jordan Binnington and Dougie Hamilton. Let's go. Let's go. We are champion status. That was a upgrade to our team right there. Still have almost $12 million of cap space. We'll have even more if I trade Grubauer. That'll be something I'll figure out later on. Unless I do it now. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let's go forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 right there. Bracco could be the 4th line center, could he? 77 faceoffs? Yeah, I think he could be. I think I'll make Bracco my 4th line center. This could be my 4th line right here.
Then my 3rd line could be Semi Blais with Kubalik and Phil Deneau. Then the 2nd line would be Carter, Vrana, and Rantanen. And the 1st line is Silver, Gensel, and Drouin. That would be how we're at right now. Defense would be Klingberg with Murray, Hamilton with Edmondson, and then Scandella with Sider, or Ulevi could grow depending. And then the complicated part is the goalie stitch, because if Binnington's my starter and Grubauer's my backup, which could be a possibility, then I have to figure out what am I going to do with Tristan Jarry. He's going the system Tristan Jarry, Elvis Merzlikins. Merzlikins could be whatever, depth, injuries, minor starter, but Tristan Jarry, he has to be my backup or I have to trade him. I can't bury him in the minors or something. He's 83 overall starting goalie. So either I trade Grubauer and make Jarry my backup, or I keep Grubauer, trade Jarry, keep Merzlikins as my emergency backup / minor starter, and then trade Cal Peterson maybe. So that's all the different possibilities that are bouncing around right now.
If I were to trade Tristan Jarry right now, I don't think they have much value. It's just that I gave up Martin Jones for him, and then he ended up being amazing, so that stings a little bit. But look at these trade values here. Love trade value. Brent Clark, everybody. So if I were to trade Tristan Jarry right now, it doesn't have a lot of value. Grubauer has a bit, Jones has a bit, but Jarry, not a lot of value at all. So I get 2 fourths and a random. Varlamov, 4th and a 5th. 3rd and a 4th. Nola Chari, 2 fourths. 2nd and a 4th from Tampa Bay.
So the game didn't record right here, but I traded Tristan Jarry to the Tampa Bay Lightning since he was in the Eastern Conference. It was between Tampa, Carolina, or Calgary. I traded him to Tampa Bay for a 2nd and a 4th, which was a pretty good deal, in my opinion, since I gave up Jones and some 5th or whatever to get him. It all came full circle.
On the trading block, I will keep Hunt, Merzlikins, and Grimaldi there. All 3 people who I don't really need too much. Grimaldi's making $2 million, so I wouldn't mind trading those guys. But aside from that, let's get to next season. Oof, now this is a tempting offer. The Penguins want to give me their 2nd round pick for Andreas Borgman and 2 fourths. Borgman's pretty much just depth. I wouldn't mind moving him. It wouldn't be the end of the world. But with a 7th round pick, oh, I'd be run out of Pittsburgh. I take out the 7th round pick. Trade accepted. We're so glad you see it our way. No problem. Benson accepts our offer, but the Vancouver Canucks matched it, so no problem there. Lee and Merzlikins for 2/3, but nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get a lot of offers over the offseason, but I'll just show you the ones of any that I'm actually considering. Are you serious? Give you a 2nd and a goalie to take 2/3? So here at next season, make my roster moves, fix up the lineup, and let's see what we are working with for year number 3. All right, so here is what we're looking like in Honolulu. First line, Jake Gensel, 92 overall Duke Silver, and Jonathan Drouin, giving it a +5. So we got 94, 97, and 91 on the first line. Second line, I want to put Jeff Carter on the second line. However, it gives it a 0. Or I could put it a 0. Let's say I put Kubalik up here. It gives it a 1. Okay, a +1. Or I could put the second line, as I believe he should be a bit more. And Danault comes up, gives it a +2. So maybe I go +3 with Vrana, Danault, and Rantanen, making them 94, 88, 87. That's what I'm thinking right now. That is something to hear from you in the comments. Let me know on that for the top 6. Third line, and gives it a +1. Fourth line, Boone Jenner and Caleb. Don't like third line. Prefer him on like line. He fits very well in the says. So I could put him on the first line and gives it a +5. He would probably grow a ton. That would be first line. No harder. Maybe I changed. Danault is a sniper. Rantanen's a sniper? I thought he was a playmaker. If I change Jeff Carter to a playmaker, and then I put Vrana on the third line with Danault, okay, maybe, but Carter's a playmaker would probably make it a +1. Maybe Drouin should be a playmaker as well. He's 93 passing. Maybe I turn Drouin into a playmaker. Let me do some experiments. Back to you. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Hear me out. Kailer Yamamoto, he really fits that first line. If I put him on the first line, I think he could grow like a monster. Because in Anaheim, in my last franchise mode, he played McDavid, he was on that top line, and probably had +5. He grew like an 89 overall in points for multiple years. If I put him on the top line, he plays like an 86 with Silver and Gensel. That could be huge. Second line, I turn Jeff Carter into a power forward. He gets a +3 with Drouin and Rantanen. They're playing like 89, 87, 94. Then on the third line, Phil Danault gets put as an 85. He goes with Kubalik and Vrana, who get +3s, 87, 88, 88. The only thing I don't like is that Boone Jenner with Bracco and Sammy Blais. Sammy Blais would also fit that position that Yamamoto has on that top line, but he's 3 years older. Blais doesn't fit the fourth line. That's why on special teams, I'm giving him power play time. This is all forwards here. He gets a +3. And Kubalik, since he's on the third line, I give him top unit power play time. It has a +5, so he's playing like a 90. And that could hopefully work. I don't know. Last season on the pounding kill, we have +1, +1. So fingers crossed for that. Since a +5, so this 5 gives it 87 and 90. And then Ulevi and Sider get a +3 and 84. Pretty nice. I like those lines. And in nets, of course, Jordan Binnington is an 87 overall, backed up by Philip Grubauer, who is an 84. Scratch, we have Merzlikins. We have to figure out what to do with him. Scandella is defensive depth, and Larna is forward depth. In the HL, we have Matt Back, Broberg, and Kovalev all going. These are all Peyton Krebs is also a big future prospect. Lashizin, Alvins, and Feddy's in the juniors. He didn't quite make the lineup. That's what we're looking like, boys. That is what we're looking like. But to start off the season, we'll go through the preseason. We'll see. I'm waiting for some coaches to sign. I signed a Williams, Barron, and a first national Palmieri. Well, that is a huge deal. Noonan signs on as our 75% team fit coach, and then I also signed someone for the fourth line center. In AHL. So let's simulate through the preseason, and let's see how we do with those lines as they are. But after that, we'll have to figure out, do we keep those lines? Are there any changes we make? And so forth. I have to remember that I had to look at Jakob Forsbacka Karlsson, which was recommended in the comments. I need to go look at him, see if he would be someone that I could acquire, if that would make sense. And we finished preseason 6 and 5 assists for 15 points for Duke, up at a 92 overall. Gensel 13, Rantanen 12, Rana 8, Klingberg 8, Yamamoto 6. Good. Kubalik. Okay, people are looking good. Dougie Hamilton, not too much. Plus minuses are okay. And goalie situation, Bennington went 5-1-1. So looking at Forsbacka Karlsson now, he doesn't have much trade value. He's high top 9, 79 overall, 24 years old, 1-year deal. He's with the Flames. He definitely wouldn't be too expensive to pick up. He could be depth for us. I'm not sure if he fits right now. Do I put him on the 4th line? But Jeremy Bracco is there as an 80 overall. I could just pick him up despite that. Like, he could be center depth because Yoel Armia is depth but for the wings. So Forsbacka Karlsson could fit. But then I have to trade Maurice Lincolns because I can't have too many people as scratches. I have 1 first, 3 seconds in next year's draft. What would it cost to get Forsbacka Karlsson? And a 4th wouldn't get it done. They don't want to trade him either. Throw in a 5th next year, I think that's pretty fair. It's quite far off. Really, huh? I could try a 4th and a 7th, but I think that's going to be my max. Do you want it? No, you don't. Okay, so a 4th, a 7th, these 2 prospects, they still don't want that. I don't think Forsbacka Karlsson's going to really work. If you really want it to happen, be adder, then let me know in the comments and recommend what the course of action should be and where he would play. Maybe he plays more like a winger. Plays 4th line wing with instead of Boone Jenner, but Boone Jenner is pretty good at as a 4th liner. So I think that's gonna be it. Now what I'm gonna do is similar to the season. We just want to browse through the trade blocks, and if there's nothing else to do, then we're gonna just let the season begin. We have to send out. I'll send out the scouts right after this and browse the trade blocks. So boys, let me know your thoughts in the next episode, especially concerning Elvis Merzlikins. Do I make him start in the minors or do I trade him? Look through all these trade blocks. Anyone that is of interest to you, pause the video and recommend. Alex Killorn's an 86 overall, what? And recommend anyone who you think I should go after. I'm not going to look at everyone, but you can pause and make note. So like I said, I need to figure that out. Let me know if you are a fan of the lineup and if there's anyone else, even besides Elvis Merzlikins, who I should trade. And that'll be it. I think no one too crazy in the trade blocks here. Joe Valeno I've seen. Trevor Wong's on the trading block. This guy just went like 5th overall. Yeah. Trevor Wong's very good. That's a lot of trade value though. I'm not sure. I don't think I'd be able to pick up Trevor Wong. That would be amazing if I could get him though. Cal Foote. Benson's on the block. They matched the offer that I sent. Yeah. Okay. So, boys, it's up to you. If not, if there's nothing to change, then the season is going to begin like that. I like the team. I think we're looking all right. In the captain category, I don't know if we're going to name a captain. Do I keep it 3A still? It was Danault, Rantanen, and Klingberg, right? I think it's time to name a captain, though, and I think John Klingberg is the man for it. I love John Klingberg. He's a monster on the back end. He's a pillar in this franchise, going to be in Honolulu for a long time. So congratulations to our first captain in franchise history, John Klingberg. Happy to have you. And in the next episode, we'll also take a look at all the created players, see who's grown, who's going to have a big season. We'll also finish off at looking at an update at all the created players, see who has grown and who is still not growing as much. I believe it's maybe it's D'Angelo Vickers who's still at the bottom. Sorting by overall. So Duke Silver is the best in overall of all the created players. Derek Mongo, Jinkyo Chung, and Massimiliano Bio are all 91 overall. Him and Ellis Anderson, Jinkyo Chung and Ellis Anderson are both high franchise. So that's crazy that they just grew by themselves from medium franchise to high franchise. Keenan Johnson, Roger Cornell, and Alessandro Girante are all 90 overall. Gupta, Beats, Klingenberg, Bruno, and Cherry are all 89. D'Angelo Vickers, still only an 88 overall. Hasn't grown that much, but this is going to be the moment of truth this next season. Everyone's on the last year of their deal. It's going to be seeing who's going to get big contracts, who's going to go to free agency down the road. That is going to be very interesting to see. And hopefully we'll get another one on this team. Goalie category, Eddie Fontaine's at a 90, Sandro Tommy is at an 88. So that's another thing to consider. Got to think of contract extensions, but we won't think about that yet. We'll end it off there. Like I said, of all the things that I need to hear from you guys about, let me know in the comments. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as I put out daily content here, mostly focusing on NHL, as I've taken a pause a bit from the Trapani Calcio since those episodes only get about 20 views and the NHLs get over 100. So I know what you guys want to see. If you really want to see Trapani, let me know, but I'll probably just upload one a week instead of alternating every second day. But that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.